I just tried more than this movie did. What's up guys, welcome back to Chunky's Reviews. If you couldn't tell, I'm back with a movie review for The Mummy. This is pretty much the second time that Universal Studios has tried to remake the Mummy film, and this film just isn't good. It's not bad, it's not terrible, okay? It teeters on bad, okay? The short review is it's just okay. It's flat. It is absolutely flat. Now let me get started on the premise of this film. The film follows characters Nick and Chris. Now Nick is Tom Cruise's character. He's the main character. Nick and Chris are military men and they double up as treasure hunters. Now from the get-go, they go to a place in Iraq called Haram. There's a town called Haram. How fitting, Haram, something that is forbidden. Forbidden, this town is forbidden. And that's apparently where the treasure is. They go down into Haram, they get into a firefight, and I was thinking, this kind of seems like Uncharted. It kind of seems cool. I was interested. The action wasn't too bad. I was invested for a little bit. They find the mummy's tomb and pretty much unleash, the mummy by accident. Now that's the brief premise, and I won't really go into much more because the film it takes off very quickly. And I don't want to spoil too much from there. That being said, this movie is a slight wreck. And what I mean by that is it tries too hard to set up a universe. Now basically, if you don't know from the start of this film, the Universal logo changes into the Dark Universe logo. The Dark Universe logo is the monster movie universe as we know it. Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, includes The Mummy. And The Mummy is the movie that's supposed to kick off this universe. Now, what a way to kick it off, because instead of being a legitimate mummy film, it's being a film that's setting up all these other movies to come while being half of a mummy film. Now, the mummy, Amenet, is actually quite interesting. I like the effects on her. I like her kind of backstory. If it isn't similar to the Brendan Fraser film, I did like it for the most part. However, this film is a string of exposition in between action scenes. Now the action scenes aren't terrible, but the exposition in between is. The dialogue doesn't really land. It's not written very well, I should say. However, I do think that this film shines in parts. Now, like I said, the action scenes are actually pretty good. Tom Cruise actually gives a fuck here. All right, he tries in every movie. He does his own stunts, and it's actually pretty clear that he's trying. That being said, everything else falls apart. The characters around him are weak. Apart from Russell Crowe's character, who I really won't spoil, he's part of the Dark Universe. His role was interesting and he also tried. They had a cool dynamic between each other for the moments they shared on screen. That being said, guys, I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed that part of the film. But then it does this weird thing where it gets really good and then it just fucking declines so quickly. The action in between was okay. It tried to be simple. It tried to kind of get the audience on a ride that was just at face value. You didn't have to look any deeper into this film than what I was explaining to you at the time. That being said, this movie just left me really underwhelmed. The actors are okay. The dialogue is on the bad side, but it's not the worst. The pacing was on the bad side, but it wasn't the worst. Everything is just slightly bad, but not terrible. It does little to reinvent the horror action genre, but it does little to tarnish it either. So at the end of the day, guys, I have not much to say about this film. Tom Cruise tries. This film is on cruise control. It's all him. He's carrying the show. And at the end of the day, everything else around him is just flat. The mummy character is okay. The supporting characters are okay. The premise is okay. The only thing that really stands out apart from Tom Cruise is the action scenes, especially the way the film sets itself up at the start. I didn't mind that, however, the pacing is shit. It's all dialogue in between action scenes. You're just waiting for the next action bit to pop up. At the end of the day, guys, if you really want to see a good mummy film, you watch the 1932 classic, or you just watch Brendan Fraser's mummy films, because to be honest, they're better horror films and probably action films. I don't think they're as bombastic as this one is. This one's definitely over the top, but at the same time, it's just a better film, guys. Go over there, watch Brendan Fraser. I know he's not around anymore, but his mummy film is definitely the better version. That's it from me today, guys. If you like what you saw, subscribe there, and if you want to see more, guys, check out some more there. This has been Chunky. I'll see you soon on Chunky's Reviews. Laters.
You can't run. You can't escape. She's got plans for you.